Welcome back, everybody, to Wasted Attention. Today is June 10th, 2019. I am your host, Animal, and next to me on the panel, I have Mr. Spaz, Ivan.
Hello, hello.
And we have Mr. JD.
JD McNugent. Whoop, whoop.
Yeah,
Remember
great
that movie?
gonzos. No.
Jack Black in Saving Silverman.
Oh,
You remember me,
gosh.
JD McNugent? I came to the dance with like the suit painted on my body. Then I spilled the punch and everybody could see my dong. You don't remember that?
I remember the movie, but not that one so much. I think that's a new record. 4 seconds in and we're off topic. What the fuck is up? Thank you for tuning in. Today we've got a very, very interesting episode that we're most likely going to split up into probably 2 parts because we are going to ramble the fuck out of you. Today we are going to do a big discussion called the discussion of production. We wanted to go in depth this week on an exploration of clarity and the listener reception. This is a realm that isn't explored too much in the podcasting world, but we're going to give it to you. You know, how many people out... X going to give it to you. That's right. DMX, unfortunately, didn't make the list. You know, listen, how many people out there actually know who produced that favorite album of theirs? You know, what is the background of the recording? This isn't something that's a common understanding with a lot of people. I know for me, at least, I'm not like, this was recorded at fucking Blowjob Ranch in Los Angeles, California.
Los
Angeles. But I think that we should shed some light on what actually makes an album sound, quote unquote, good to you. I have a very established panel of Esquires next to me that I'm very much looking forward to discussing. But, you know, before we get into that, I guess before we move forward, I'm going to go to each of you here. Ivan, what makes an album sound good to you?
Dynamics.
Dynamics?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, like, a lot of the times you got everybody just trying to turn everything up.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
And, like, especially if you look at it in waveform, it's just like a big old block all the way across.
Mm-hmm.
And then...
The Death Magnetic effect.
Yes. So, like, if you look at an album with dynamics, you see different waveforms. Mm-hmm. And, you know, you hear things more clearly.
Everything's mixed better.
It's true.
It sits in the mix better. Yeah.
How about you, JD? What makes an album sound good to you?
You know, I think the first thing I noticed is the drums.
Yeah?
The way they sound. Certain things just hit me better. Guitar tone wise, I like shit that's not too muddy. I like it. I like when shit, like Ivan said, it's not put to 10 all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't like the treble being all the way up to 10. I don't like the bass being all the way up to 10. I like that nice mid-range crunch, but where everything's clear and just thick. Like I like my women.
Oh, you know, because we're going to mention a million different bands, I'm sure, with this and a million different albums, but what you just described to me is like Lamb of God.
See, some of them sound thin to me.
Yep.
As far as the guitar tone goes.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's...
Early.
Yeah, because I can't confirm this, but I thought they would record the guitars and like clean and then like direct input that into like a channel or something like digital. I thought I heard that before. It could be bullshit. Don't quote me on that. But that's always what I thought.
Should be a tagline for the show. Don't quote me on that.
Yeah, I think that gets mentioned everyone.
It does. It does.
Hey, do me a favor. Plug that in real quick, one of you gentlemen.
Yeah.
I was like,
Let's plug you in
I should have done
here.
this before the show, but no, you guys get to hear that.
It's cool. You know, for me, it's all about the levels and cutting through with no... Let me put it this way. I have no experience of remastering a goddamn thing in my life. It's hard for me to get into specifics with everything, but it's just about how the levels got to be all there, and you have to have some cut through. And for me, it's the bass and the drums that have to cut through, because all you goddamn guitarists like to, you know, hog all the spotlight.
Yep.
So you got to hear that backing part. I was just talking to Ivan before the beginning of the show here, where I feel that, along with bouncing off your guys' opinions, that I think that there's just a majority of metal that is just not recorded that good. And I think that's why a lot of it gets overlooked, because you turn it on, it's like, and I kind of gravitate more towards punk music and how it's recording. I think that, you know, for the music that is being put out by these punk bands, that's the way it's recorded. I understand that everything's going to be recorded differently. But if you had more of like a punk approach to certain bands that weren't the heavy, I'm not talking about some fucking Norwegian black metal band. I'm just talking about your, if you want to get into specifics, your new American wave of heavy metal.
You don't think those were recorded well?
No. No, I'll give you. I've got 3 fucking points to just jump right. But we're gonna hold off there.
Okay.
We're gonna hold off there.
It usually is recorded pretty well.
What is
country?
Yeah,
like old school country.
Even today, like if you're talking just from a production standpoint, they're fucking. It's on top. Like you can't. Everything sounds clear and everything.
Oh, are you agreeing?
Yeah, like country, you can't fuck with country's production, but it's also because they got the money and people buy and support that shit.
That's true. Look at what's being fed to the masses.
Yeah.
The next Static X album isn't going to move 500 million units in the year.
Yeah.
I wonder if they took a country producer and had him produce a metal album.
See, you got a good idea.
That would be interesting.
That's if you can afford that producer.
That's
as well.
true.
Piece of shit.
He's like, man, I tell you what, man, you go ahead. Look, man, I'm gonna tell you what, man, gonna go down to some damn man.
Goddamn stare sounds like a paper, like there's a paper.
Hey, man,
do that twang thing. Before we get into this episode, we try and at least include some current events that I wanted to share with you all.
Can I say I thought you like wrote us out like notes and shit?
No.
I was like, he gave us little
I wouldn't be able to go by that anyway.
It's in crayon anyway, so
right,
I thought for sure this was him.
Listen, if I was to give you guys talking points, it would just be how my opinion's right and you guys are wrong. So don't think I'm that generous. Some random news as of today. Like I said, today's date is the 10th of June. I'd like to mention to you guys that Metallica played a show in Ireland a couple of days ago. And it has been the first time that they've been there in over a decade. And the reason why I wanted to bring that up as an interesting talking point is because how big of a band can you be where you're like, I haven't been to Ireland in like 10 years. Let's go back over there and play, you know? I thought that was pretty interesting.
Ireland, huh?
Yeah.
I'd like to go there one day.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Just like scenery, food.
I believe the world's oldest pub is in Ireland.
You know what? You and Eddie were talking about that, weren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I saw a post on Facebook. And you know how I had to do my research first because I didn't just want to be like, oh, look at that. It's true. You know? But
Correct.
for sure, it's like 900 plus years old.
That's crazy.
That is pretty crazy.
I want to have a beer there.
No, why not, right?
Bucket list.
There you go. That's good. Bucket list, unwasted attention. What about you? Got anything to say about Metallica in Ireland?
I don't really have anything to say about Metallica lately. I don't know. Cool. Do it.
Yeah.
Go for it.
No. I just always think about how interesting it is to get your band stuff overseas like that. Like how big of a band you have to be. Like you have to have your own ship or your own cargo ship, your own airplane. You know, like how do you do that?
They have Iron Maiden fly him in.
Yeah, there you go. Bruce is like, I'll take you. After he's done eating pussy. That's all he ever does, man. It's amazing.
Hey,
okay.
No complaints, man.
No.
The last thing I saw about Metallica was where they did that Star Spangled Banner before the NBA Finals.
Right.
I was like, cool,
Mm-hmm.
I guess.
Do it every year. It doesn't sound any different than when the Giants have Metallica night every year.
Yeah.
I always watch it and I'm like, nah.
All I can think of lately is that meme where they took a picture of James and like they put the Cowardly Lion next to it. Was it one of you guys that shared it?
Yeah. Must have been.
Okay.
Yeah.
It had to have been Ivan.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was me.
And he's like,
guilty.
Quit sending me this shit. Next talking point, interesting. Jerry Spencer, the ex-Five Finger Death Punch drummer, is now a reserve police officer.
What did you say his name was?
Jeremy Spencer.
Oh, I thought you said something else.
No. Nice.
Maybe I wasn't listening. I'm sorry.
I sure didn't. Stay out of Malibu, deadbeat. He is now a reserve police officer in his hometown of Rockport, Indiana.
Good for him, and I had no idea he was from Indiana.
Let's go get arrested. Let's go get arrested in Rockport.
No.
One of these days. Hey, aren't you the guy who used to be in Five Finger Death Punch?
They showed a picture of him on one of the big websites where we got the information from. And
so he left to do this?
No, he left.
He had medical issues.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I thought I heard at first. Okay.
Yeah,
hey, more power to him.
Heck yeah, man. Debilitating back pain. And
if you got debilitating back pain, that seems like a pretty stressful job.
Mm-hmm. Well, he passed the physical, I'm assuming. So.
Well, he didn't think he was up to par with that extensive touring. So I don't think it's really bad, but I think it's bad to the extent of
probably
what you would have to
true.
go through.
Yeah. Fair enough.
I guess being on stage 90 minutes every night, sweating your balls off is different.
It's more than that too, because then you're driving around.
That's true. That's true.
In the bus for like forever. Then
right.
you got to get in a plane. And, there's more stuff to it than just hopping on stage.
That's true. Well, yeah, good for him, man. I saw a lot of people hating. It's like, that's nothing to do with the band.
You guys got to support your law enforcement because when nobody else is there for you and they don't even know you, they're there for you.
That's true.
there's a lot of good cops out there, and there's some bad apples. Yeah, right. But don't let the few bad apples ruin the bunch, because they put their lives out there for people, and they deserve the better, publicity than what they get.
That's a lot of respect, man. A lot of respect for that. You might run into a celebrity. You know what I mean? You might have like a random call. Fucking David Lee Roth was an EMT like in the mid 2000s, man.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I from somebody that I had met at work. Of course, I know a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy. He went to an EMS call, and they were like, "Holy shit, it's David Lee Roth!" And it was legitimately David Lee Roth.
Running with the devil.
Right. Speaking of that, did you guys see that YouTube video of those?
Where he went undercover.
When it was in Vegas?
I don't know. There's like a bro party and like he went undercover.
I didn't know it was undercover though.
I'd be like, aren't you David Lee Roth?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
That's crazy.
There's some college bros. It was for like a bachelor party at some big Vegas hotel, and they were just blasting music. And one of the people of David Lee Roth's crew heard them listening to Van Halen. So David Lee Roth went and knocked on the door, and the guys answered the door, and they thought that this guy was going to yell at them. And he's like, "No, man, I'm David Lee Roth from Van Halen. Nice to meet you." And these guys had no fucking clue who he was. And I was like, that's terrible.
That's funny. I heard the Green Ranger. No, I didn't hear it. I saw a picture of it on Facebook a long time ago. I can't think of the dude's name, the actor.
That is
Jason David Frank?
Jason David Frank, GDF.
Why do I know these things?
There was a girl wearing a Green Ranger shirt at like a McDonald's or something like that. She was the person at the register.
Yeah.
Maybe it was just a full Power Rangers shirt. I don't remember. And then she had like no idea who he was.
Oh, terrible.
Yeah.
On a more serious note, Vinnie Paul's grave now has a clear plastic protector installed over the actual monument piece to protect from vandalism. It has been reported that his brother, obviously Dimebag Darrell's grave over the years has been trashed, scratched, and etched in by a bunch of fucking assholes that want to come and pay tribute, that are signing their name in Sharpie marker, who are pouring beer out all over this big... It's just essentially like a very large rectangular headstone, but it's got their pictures on it and the quotes and everything like that, so they had to put this like plexiglass over Vinnie Paul's grave.
Are they going to leave Dimes open?
That's the funeral, or not the funeral home. The cemetery hasn't confirmed on that yet, but I'm assuming you would have to, right?
Yeah,
it's also got like fucking years of weathering on it too.
It's true.
You might want to like touch it up a little bit.
Yeah.
If anything, they may replace it, make it all, fresh, because that is stupid and very disrespectful for people to go out there and write on someone's stuff.
Yep. Leaving a pic, having a beer, having a fucking Blacktooth grin is something next to it.
I mean, if you're gonna pour something out, pour it on the ground.
Right.
Whatever, have one for your homie,
Yeah, exactly.
But don't pour it on the fucking thing, I don't know.
That's a shame that you have to do that now. Like sacred ground isn't
kids
sacred.
these days.
Yep.
God, I'm getting old.
Well, yeah.
Back in my day, I used to walk in school with 2 feet of snow. I literally told that to my daughter. I was like, oh, God.
I'm that guy now.
Yep. Nothing wrong with that. But anyways, that is your little news update here this week for you guys.
We need a theme. Like,
I was about to say that. I was about to mouth something.
Sounds good, man. Played on a kazoo.
Hey, kazoos are badass.
Yes, they are. Well, let's dive into this, guys. Let's do this.
Yes, start it.
All right,
all right. We were talking about, before we went back into our little news bit here, I think that heavy metal of the 2000s was some of the most jumbled recording that ever existed in this genre, per se.
That's around the era when they started cranking everything up.
Is that so?
Everything had to be louder.
Yeah. Give me an example.
Right now, Static X's Machine, Soulfly's Prophecy, and Ivan's worst album, which is probably in our top, Saint Anger.
Yeah. Saint Anger, definitely.
I got thoughts about that, but proceed, sir.
So here's the thing. Just because you've got a lot going on doesn't mean that you can clear all the channels and cut through. Metal is one of my biggest problems with the way that it's recorded. Some of it becomes muddy, too dark, and it blends right into another. I've always hated Feel These Tone in Korn. I fucking hate it.
Yeah, I could see what you mean, but it's slappy. I wonder if he uses his nails to scratch that shit a little bit.
I believe, like, I mean, if you look at, like, oh my God, I can't think of it. Wooten. I can't think how you pronounce his name. I can't even think of his first name right now. He's a bassist that slaps and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And
is it like a death metal thing?
No. It's like, I believe he's funk.
Then I'm probably thinking of somebody else.
Victor Wooten. Victor Wooten. There we go. And that's a slap tone.
Mm-hmm.
Fieldy's more like a clank.
I get that.
That's true.
I respect that.
You know, I mean, granted, in Korn, it fits, I think.
Makes sense. It's hard to picture Korn without that tone.
Yeah,
know what
that's
I mean?
true.
Exactly.
It's
Because
symbolic.
it's kind of their signature.
Yeah.
You got to have that clank in there. Outside of Korn, it's kind of hard to picture. Like, he couldn't play in Slipknot.
Yeah.
He couldn't play in Lamb of God. He couldn't play in any other band.
True.
Unless it's a Korn type band.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know, the thing about it is that it's different when it's slapping and you can hear the different notation.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that he's tuned down so low.
It's a clank.
Yeah. It's just a noise. But it became Korn.
Yeah.
So you can't take that out now.
No.
You know? I don't know. I feel like on the first album, it was interesting and unique. Life is Peachy. Okay. Then you kind of got into the weird stuff with Follow the Leader, and then it just all blended in from there. And I think that's just how my opinion of Korn is anyway. You know what I mean?
You would have the biggest opinion of us all. Yeah.
It's true. I was John
The
Davis
new Korn
for a
song,
while.
man.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Q101, man, playing me on the radio. But to go back, I think Static X's Machine was such a disappointment for me. I'm not sure if you're too familiar with that album, Jake, but I know Ivan will be.
I
used to listen to it back in the day. I never thought anything of it.
Yeah. It's just my thing is that it's an example of everything blending in. I just feel like it's just one piece instead of you're hearing all these separate instruments. And it's just noise at this point. Like, don't get me wrong. I loved the album. I loved for what it was.
You
but
can't take away.
Well, I think you're
No.
thinking of the sound, though, because I think that's just how Static X sounds. There's so many things that they add to, like, the effects and, like...
It is.
It's just
true.
industrialist kind of
True.
electronic-y
Right.
shit.
But if you look at Start a War, that album was recorded completely different, and it still had the same elements.
I can neither confirm nor deny that.
You know what I mean? I think it's just all on who they're working with at that time. What sounds good? Look at Slipknot.
Well, I guess I did bring up the point where like 3 bands that I gave you they're kind of deep cuts for me. I brought them up just because I didn't think anybody really probably talks about them at all.
Mhm.
So my thing was with those, I think they kind of capture what the band is. And maybe that's what you're not feeling. This captured what Static X is.
Right. What is it to
I don't
you?
think it sounds bad.
Right.
But maybe it doesn't capture the character and what they do. I don't know.
And that's the thing, as I said before, it's all up to that interpretation.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's 2 different things here. These are 2 fucking burgers from Applebee's that taste like shit because it's Applebee's. But one might just have...
like burgers at Applebee's. Who goes to Applebee's to get burgers? Would you like to spend $10 on this burger? No, I'll just take like the 2 for whatever.
Exactly. It's what
fast
you
food
do.
place.
I don't know.
I'll take the 4 for $4 Wendy's. Thank
Yep.
you.
But even Soulfly's Prophecy to
See,
me...
I never had a problem with Prophecy.
Really?
You got some crazy ears.
You
sir.
need to go back and listen to that. And even with Mr. Ellison
I like
on
that.
there,
That's like that's probably my favorite Soulfly one.
it's crunchy. It's crunchy, but it's...
I'll have to check out the guitar tone because I
Please do.
probably.
You're going to be like, that silly bitch. Like, you're going to be driving. I know we've all agreed on Saint Anger, and that's the thing is that I really didn't want to bring that up.
See,
right away.
that one's so obvious at this
That
point.
one's
It
yeah,
is.
that one's a given.
It is.
But
Why? You watch those YouTube videos and you look at those memes, everybody just shits on it. We're going to fucking dive deep into this right now.
You think we're gonna touch on something nobody else has touched on?
I don't care. It's not their show. It's our show. You're fucking listening to me.
I think the more interesting fucking concept would be to talk about the '80s Metallica tone, because I love And Justice for All, but if you ask me to, I wouldn't want to do that tone nowadays.
No,
it doesn't hold up,
No.
and it sucks that fucking Jason didn't get his fucking parts put in there.
I think that's one of the main reasons why, because it sounds like a lot of highs in that album.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
it's all treble, and they took out all the mids and stuff. You know,
It's muddy.
And
yeah.
if they I don't even think that's muddy, dude.
No.
No.
I think Lars was muddy as shit. It sounded like he had water in his bass drum.
I don't hate the production, but it's definitely not something that holds up to me.
Yeah. What does? What is the Metallica album that holds up for you quality-wise, sound quality?
To be honest, it's a cop-out, but anything with the Bob Rock on it. Because I even think the guitars on Load or Reload are fucking more akin to what I like. I'm not saying like that style.
Right.
But I'm saying the clarity and the tone are like the Black Album kind of into Load. It's
But-
a better sounding guitar to me.
But my brother, listen to me. You're taking the Reload and Load, and you're comparing it to Justice. Yes, Bob Rock is a part of it, but look at the quality and the music style that were put out on those two albums. You had bluesy fucking undertones that both of those albums.
Yeah.
You don't have shit like that on Justice. It's because you're serving what they're putting out. Telling you.
That could be true.
You had the ability for that stuff to cut through because you didn't have all the fucking...
Well, the whole thing about the 80s, too, is it's so fucking... It's, like I said, it's probably one of the worst sounding like decades, period.
I'll agree with that.
As far, especially metal. I mean, maybe it's a budget thing. Maybe it's like first coming into all this shit, trying to figure it out.
Right.
Because Testament's like that too. I fucking love Testament, but those early albums are hard to listen to.
Yes, they
They're
are.
so bad that they went back and re-recorded a lot of them.
Right.
For First Strike Still Deadly, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
So it could be just the product of the era, man. I don't know.
I don't know.
Anthrax sounds like shit.
Oh, is this gonna... Oh, I love that. It's so true. Okay? Persistence of Time sounded amazing, but Spreading the Disease sounded like shit because it was thrashy and it was the metal-y type of shit.
Yeah.
But Persistence of Time had more of that punky influence. Like, Got the Time? This is a straight punk song. I don't care what anybody says. I love Anthrax and I love punk. Came through because they were able to serve the song.
Fair enough.
Serve the song.
Serve the song. That's how it's supposed to be anyway.
Yes, it is. 100% right. So, since we're on Bob Rock's cock, the Bob Rock cock here, on June 5th, 2003, Saint Anger was released, right? Had a bunch of hype. We haven't heard from these guys in 4 or 5 years, okay? We had Reload. Was the last time we heard from them. We thought they were done.
No, they had, I don't know if you want to consider it part of the canon of Metallica, but they had Garage Days.
It's true, but you were working on that for like 20 years, though.
Doesn't matter. It's still a production.
It's true.
I wouldn't call it like their stuff, but...
Shout out to the Misfits covers on there, though. Those were good. It sounded better than the Misfits did. And I like the Misfits, and they sound like shit. Have you guys ever listened to the Misfits?
But then again, I think that's the point. That's why hardcore tends to sound like shit.
It's true.
Like the real hardcore shit. The more shittier
Like,
it sounds, the more authentic.
Punk or hardcore the metal?
I don't know.
Hardcore?
I'm not even that versed in this stuff.
So like, take Terror, for example. Terror is clean. It's
you told me to check out Agnostic Front and Cro-Mags and shit.
Did you do
think
that?
the whole point... No, I did not. The whole point... the whole point is to sound... You don't want to sell out or whatever. I don't know the mentality. I don't know the straight edge shit, so forgive me, but...
You're making a point, and
it's
you're out
supposed
there.
to sound as do-it-yourself as you can, I guess.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You think so?
Yeah,
I've never thought of that.
Really?
Never.
No,
Never.
I think they didn't want any of that big time bullshit because once you get to the big label, you're considered a sellout. I would think.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, Josta talks about all this shit back in the day. So that's as much knowledge as I have on this topic.
Gotcha.
But I think it's supposed to be like that.
All of it sounds analog. Like it literally sounds like everybody was in a garage and. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But to kind of breach on your subject there, Terror, if anybody out there listens to Terror, they're like one of the newer quote-unquote hardcore bands. Clean as shit. Clean. Super clean. Got the vocals right in your face. Sounds good. But the Agnostic Front, Misfits, all that stuff was recorded, and it's been so long, too. They're old.
Yes.
I don't know.
She's old.
She's old.
Can't take her house. She's old.
Here's what I'm going to say that has always bothered me other than the actual high-pitched snare sound in Saint Anger is in the beginning of Some Kind of Monster when the chords are opening up that song, you can hear the snares. You can hear
the rattling?
them. You can hear the rattling.
Like we used to do in the basement?
Yep.
Everything being so close to each other?
Who the fuck let that happen? Who? I don't like it.
You're a piece of shit right now. I'm just going to tell you that.
Yeah.
If I have to go back, God damn it.
Yep.
I'll fix that later.
I want to
Don't
make
you
sure
worry
you're
about it.
listening to me.
I
It
was
has always
dozing off for a
bothered
second.
me.
Who does not
You.
want to work for?
Before you came in, you and I used to listen to shit all the time that was burned, like on CDs and stuff, and we would talk about how like we're hearing these things, and our friends were like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" It's nice to have everybody here on the same page, but Some Kind of Monster. I'm listening to that. You hear it. Who
Now
let
he
that
wants
happen?
to get dynamics and get all quiet.
I know. See, for those of you who don't know, JD is our sound engineer, and I like to keep him on his toesies. So I like to be loud and calm. But no, I'm better now. But I love Some Kind of Monster. But I hate how it starts when it sounds like you can hear that.
Isn't
like,
that song
why?
8 minutes for no reason?
No,
That's yes. When he says no like that, that's yes.
Okay, we all saw the movie, right? Okay.
All right, hold on. All right, Frantic, the song that opens it. I fucking hate the sound of it.
It's playing too high. I don't like it either. Right?
Yeah, it sounds like shit altogether.
Oh my god. When those drums kick in.
I like what you had shared was the Saint Anger that was re-recorded. I loved that. I thought that was cool because there are a lot of good licks and there are a lot of good. There's potential in that album.
I mean, you could look for potential in Piece of Dog Shit too. But I mean, it's just
it's been confirmed you can polish a turd.
I like the whole way that like the drums build up in that song. Like it goes.
Like I heard the dude from Dream Theater trying to like defend Saint Anger. I'm like,
which
all right,
one?
you could, Portnoy. I was like, you could try and defend this album all you want. This album sucks in every fucking way.
Portnoy's gold though, man.
Portnoy's awesome, but you know he's trying to give it. Like this is out of like a book or something like magazine I probably read, but he's trying to give it credit for putting it in the direction that they need to go, even though it's not the best. He would take it over Load and Reload. It's like, if that's your style, fine, but that album is full of shit. Full of shit.
I wouldn't take that over Load and Reload.
Shit anger.
No. Load was great. I really like Load. Out of those two, Load. We've talked about this many times, but what else did I wanted to say? Okay, so can we confirm? I read this that Bob Ross played bass for the whole album, correct?
Ross or Rock?
Bob Rock. I'm sorry.
God damn it.
Sorry, not Bob Ross.
I think he did.
We're gonna put a tasty little bass lick there.
I didn't even catch that either.
Yes.
Good job, Jake.
So Newsted obviously was out before they started recording this.
He looks like he knows what the fuck he's talking about now. Everybody was talking about it. Like, what are you doing, man? Even Metallica is like, I saw what was coming.
Yep.
I don't know.
I like him. There was that video where they played at the Oakland Raiders stadium outside. And
is that the one I shared?
Yeah, the live video where Bob's on bass.
Did you share it?
One of us did. But it was cool to see him jamming, man. And he's like the old school fucking bass player. He's not jumping all over. He's not doing the crab walk. He's just sitting there, man, and the thick stumps of a bass player.
You got something against the crab walk or something? Crab walk? You got something against it?
I got nothing against it. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, damn right. Watch your
I like movement, man. You got to move. You can't be up there with the stick up your ass.
That's true. That's very true.
You got to get the crowd involved.
Another thing.
I like theatrics.
Yeah, of course. Absolutely. I also wanted to say that Saint Anger did debut at #1 on the Billboard Top 200.
That's because everybody was like, yeah, it's going to be good. And they get it. And they're like, oh, my God. That's what happened to me.
Within 2 weeks, the main average of reviews from credible sources had dropped down to 3 out of 5 stars, which was the lowest rated Metallica.
That is higher than I thought it would get.
Yeah.
That is crazy shit. Some motherfuckers in denial in this motherfucker.
Yep.
They got the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah? You think that was a more generous score than it deserved?
Yeah. They're like, it's Metallica, dude. We can't talk shit.
There ain't nothing on that album that's salvageable to me.
We can't give it a 4 because people will flip their lids.
Yes, that's true. Well, that's when the politics of reviewing comes in. You're Rolling Stone. You're not going to completely shit all over Metallica. You're still going to kiss their ass a little bit.
Yeah.
Bitches.
I don't know. So I guess we can rest on Saint Anger unless you guys have something else different. I did. I dropped my notes. All right, Ivan, give me something that. Give me something good.
Something good.
Something good.
A
good album.
I'm trying to think of the wording. War You Cannot Win.
Okay.
I believe is what it's called.
Let's move on to that one.
I'm gonna bring it up on the Googles.
That is, I think, dynamically done pretty well. You can hear everything cut through, like especially the bass.
Now, I know you've been a fan of All That Remains for a long time. I cannot say that I'm a huge fan, but I at least have known them through you guys. I listened to this whole album. That's how much prepared I was, and I wanted to hear what you were saying. I completely agree with you that it cuts through.
That first song, dude.
Yep.
Dude.
I think that the drums were masterfully recorded as well. I thought they were clean.
You enjoyed it?
Adam D producing.
Yep.
Adam D produced it, huh?
Yep.
Label Razor and Tie.
Wow. Razor and Tie. We've got a release date there, JD?
Let's see. 2012. November 6th, 2012.
2012. Razor and Tie. 40 Below had a couple off of there, too.
Really?
Which I looked up Max, by the way, lately. He worked for like a street team for PR for a while, too.
Really?
40 Below is one of those bands that has worked their fucking ass off, got that midpoint, couldn't do it, and went back down and came back. I feel for them, man. They're awesome.
I liked them.
Oh, I still fucking jump to it, man. It's awesome. For A War You Cannot Win, 2 songs I wanted to bring up to you were Stand Up. I thought it was the most clean sounding song for me. It was so cool because underneath the verse, the drummer is writing on that crash. And when you and it's not, we're not talking the bell, we're just talking the crash. And he's just such like lightly hitting it. clear cut. I thought that was awesome because you typically don't hear that because it's that reverb. It completely kicks it out. And then Just Moments in Time, I thought had a good balance with Phil screaming because it was more of an aggressive approach for that album, I thought, because it wasn't one of the crazy All That Remain albums that, I'm used to. But for a song that he was so like right up on the mic, it felt like you were in there with him, but you didn't lose that clarity of the music.
Yeah, I think that whole thing was done really well.
Yeah.
Like when that, I'm trying to think of the name of the first song. I can't think of it right
Down
now.
Through the Ages.
Is it that one?
Yep. That's what it's called.
Fucking
That's
like
what it says.
how the guitars are subtle in the beginning, and then it just kicks in, and you hear everything.
Yep.
Everything's like clear. It's like when I first heard that, I got chills. I was like, "Holy shit!"
There's my theatric boy. It's all about that first track, man. It pulls you fucking in, or you're not into it. Yep.
How
about you, JD? You got something to say?
The only thing I can comment on is You Can't Fill My Shadow. That's a fucking awesome song. Yeah. That's all I know on the album, though. I'm seeing a lot of Phil Labonte as just the lone writer in a lot of these songs, as far as Wikipedia says.
Guess I'm not surprised by that.
At least half of them by himself. Yeah, I don't know, man. I can't confirm nor deny anything.
Okay. JD, give me Carver City.
Carver
CKY,
City, huh?
Yeah.
This was done by them in Chad's own little production studio, I guess.
No kidding.
Yeah, I looked this up earlier. Chad Ginsburg, baby.
Wow.
CKY. Carver City. So what did you take away from it?
I see, the thing with CKY with me is that I've always thought it had a really dark tone to it. Nothing really distinguishable and stood out to me. It was just that skater music that, of course, that like that. It's just
shout out to Red because he's the one that got me into CKY in the first place.
Nice.
From probably the skater days.
Yep.
The first couple albums.
For sure.
But there's always something there that's really catchy to me because I'm not into the skater shit at all.
Right. The cool thing about Red was he was always wearing the Thrasher shirts and shit, but he actually fucking skated. Not like a lot of the posers that always wore the merch and the shoes and stuff. Yeah, man. He was never good. He still did it. I think Eddie was the most decent skateboarder out of all of our group back in the day.
Yeah, because it says here Chad did production, engineering, mixing. So, man, yeah. Leave it to the fucking band to record themselves the right way.
I'll tell you right now, it really...
I think it's got the best sound.
Yeah, I'll have to agree. And even their latest one came out 2 years ago, and I was super hyped for it. And I'm like, oh, it just sounds like garbage. Carver City was... I'm not going to say I'm the biggest CKY fan, but at least I'm familiar with listening to them. I thought this sounded probably the best.
It does. Their tone is real weird because it's got that really, really overdriven kind of fucking tone to it.
Is that what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds like a bass with distortion on it, but I think that's just the guitar tone.
It's interesting.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. And they've kind of created that sound. You know what I mean? Like that's their...
They're wholly unique to me. Like I know it sounds a little weird. Like I feel like they're a joke band. Like if you would have asked me before Red showed me, I was like, oh yeah, isn't that fucking Bam Margera shit?
Yep.
Yeah, cool. But the music's there, man. They got the fucking hooks and shit.
Hell yeah,
I really like the singer too, man.
Yeah, he's good.
He's not in it anymore, but Darren. I think he's got some chops.
Yeah, I agree. Rats in the Infirmary, I like a lot.
Awesome. To me, even the first track, let me go down because I'm not thinking. Hellions on Parade.
Yep.
That's a badass fucking song.
It's all about that intro, baby. It pulls you in, man.
Then, there's jams on this fucking album, dude.
Plagued by Images.
Karma Works, Woe Is Me, Imaginary Threats. You got the drums in the background.
Yep.
It's good shit, man. If you like CKY, check it out.
Yes, they're more than the...
That's the only thing I know them by.
Do you know that Flesh into Gear song? It was on the Jackass. Another fucking soundtrack. God damn it.
Yep.
Last episode talked about soundtracks while you were preparing for your surprise party that you knew about. But anyways.
I knew about it last minute.
Did you say
No, not last minute.
I was trying not to be obvious. Hey, man, what are you doing tonight? Group.
Yeah, I didn't know at that time.
So I'm going to jump into something that you guys aren't really going to have too much to say about. If I had... And it's so hard to narrow things down. What is the best sounding album? I'm just going to say it. To me, is Rancid's Out Come the Wolves.
The best of everything.
That we've been talking about. Not of all time. Here's the thing. Grew up a metalhead. Got introduced to punk with my wife. Hated it. Thought it was fucking stupid. Got older. Totally, I get it. Makes sense to me. So this is Rancid's third album, and it was released via Epitaph Records, which I dug a little bit deeper, and I did not know that Epitaph Records, who has all the big major Warped Tour and punky type of bands on it and shit, was founded by the Bad Religion guitarist Brett Gurewitz. I thought that's fucking interesting. You have Bad Religion, who's a heavy hitter in that realm of music, and that's their record label. I never would have known that. Like Paramore, for example, is a big part of this record label called Fueled by Ramen. And I looked into it, and it's like all those people and that stuff. So
you're telling me a lot of things I didn't know nor care about.
Exactly. But let's dig deeper, shall we? Out Come the Wolves came out on August 22nd, 1995.
Is that the one you told me about?
Yes.
Okay.
I had him check out a song called Maxwell Murder. Because I was trying to sell my point. This whole episode came up with him and I just talking about bass tone. And then it came up through here, and then we looped you in because we're like, dude, we got to talk about this.
I think what started it was how much shit we were talking about the recording of Subliminal Verses.
Yes, there you go.
That's ugly fucking sounding record to me.
What do you think about that?
I'd have to revisit it and pay attention. But when that album came out, I was all about it.
I mentioned you on the last episode being in Amber's bathroom with the acoustic, taking a shit, playing Vermilion Part 2. It sounded really good. The reason why I brought up the date of this Rancid thing is that this came out all within a couple months of Green Day's Dookie, Bad Religion, Stranger Than Fiction, which was their biggest album by far, for those of you who don't know, and Offspring's Smash.
Got Smash. I got Dookie too, but...
Yeah.
I have Dookie. I don't have Offspring.
Check. You might like Bad Religion just because I know you like some of that punky shit, but not like the really whiny stuff. But anyways, it's interesting because this refreshed the interest in the punk movement in North America. Those were huge albums. You look at now.
Those are pop punk, though.
That's pop punk.
Still punk, too.
Green Day got a lot of shit for doing that stuff.
Yeah, especially with this fake accent.
Yeah.
Are we talking about Dookie or are we talking about them now?
I mean, now it doesn't really matter.
There the whole time, though?
I thought that they were respected all the way up through that American Idiot.
No, I remember them talking about that fake accent way before that.
I just knew everybody had that Dookie shirt, and I thought that was like the cool fucking
shirt.
thing, you know?
That was a pretty cool album cover.
Yeah, it was, man.
Is it pretty interesting?
The reason why I wanted to talk about this is everything is so clear-cut and dry, and I think Rancid's bass player is my favorite bass player. Now, I roped you in on Maxwell Murder. You, to put you on the spot, said that you thought that was recorded beautifully.
It is really well done, surprisingly. And hell of a bass solo.
Right?
They seem like guys that can really play pretty fucking well.
They're musicians,
yeah.
And it's awesome. And they've been around like forever.
Not into that style of music, but yeah, everything seemed fucking legit.
It's tight.
As far as production, everything goes. Yeah, it is, as you would call it, clean.
Yes. Was it Maxwell House? Just kidding.
Hi-yo! They put it, and they sound just like that live, too. Like, I've seen them at Riot Fest, where in the big venue setting, it was clean. Then they played an after show at House of Blues, and it was that place was jumping, man. That was cool. And I'm not going to get into that because nobody cares. What I thought was interesting was that this album was recorded in 2 separate studios. One of them was the same studio that they had recorded their previous album, Let's Go, but also they had recorded it at Electric Ladies Studios, which is Jimi Hendrix's studio.
Really?
I thought that's interesting to take your baby in one piece and then bring it in the other, and it still came out as one coherent and cohesive product.
It's all in the recording. I mean, if one person records it and then the same person records it somewhere else, as long as there's not like an entire a huge difference in the room, like as long as the room's not like twice the size, if they're recording drums, you're not gonna really hear a difference. I don't think.
That's interesting.
See, I think they would track the drums all in one session. Right. No, probably not one session, I should say, but at one place. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the only way to get sound.
Interesting.
If I'm spitballing here, I don't know shit.
Isn't that when
that would be the biggest thing? It would be the drums, like guitars and everything else. They might get up close to the amp.
You're just plugged in, you know what I mean? Like, essentially. But even back in 95, though, is that what they were doing? Were they plugging into a computer? Or
no,
the
they take the microphone and put it up however they set it up. If they put it in the center or put it off, off on the cone or whatever.
Oh, okay. That's pretty sweet.
So, no matter where you really record it, it's going to sound the same.
That's interesting. This fascinates me.
At least to me. I don't know.
Yeah. It's cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. I liked it a lot. Everything, drums, bass, vocals, guitar. Everything was fucking awesome. And I put in there nothing muffled like other punk stuff, like Mustard Plugs, Misfits, that kind of stuff that I listen to is all the like it's like 15 feet away.
Are we not Cookie Monster? Animal?
Yeah, there you go. Exactly. Thought that was cool. That's what I wanted to share. It's my story. I'm sticking to it. Who's got another good one? You got another good one, Ivan? You want to mention?
I am so unprepared.
You want to spitball off of whatever we talk about? He's here for the ride.
Yep. Isn't that when you come and like in the guy's or you come in the girl's mouth and she kisses you?
Oh, that's terrible.
Snowball, not spitball.
I remember that from Jay and Silent Bob movie.
There you go.
What was that one? Clerks.
Yeah. Try not to suck any dick on the way through the parking lot. Remember my buddy Ray's band, The Rise of the Fallen? They used to have this song called 37, and it would start it off with that clip where he's like, 37? You sucked 37 dicks in a row? Get back here.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah, that's cool. Good shout out to Ray. Let's talk the ocean.
Oh, you want to go ocean?
Let's go ocean, man. Okay. First of all, pronounce this album for me.
Pelagial?
Pelagial, huh? Okay.
It's real fucking high concept. It's a cool theme, though.
Is there a body part that sounds similar to that?
Sounds like it.
Yeah. I listened to this and I started smiling because I was driving. I was like, man, Jake's onto something here, you know?
Dude, there's a documentary of how they recorded this shit, too.
Really?
So,
throw some up.
Ooh, what, like the music?
Yeah. He doesn't like it too much. No, I'm kidding.
Let me see. Let me find that shit for you.
It's interesting.
Because the way it's recorded is real interesting. They had... They mixed it as if it's all one track. And the whole idea, the whole theme of the fucking album is it's about the ocean, obviously. And then as you get deeper and deeper, like the pressure and the tense, the album gets heavier and darker and slower the more it progresses into
kind of like when you're diving into the ocean.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Am I making this harder than it has to be?
No.
Totally get you.
But yeah, it starts off like in the first track's just real piano, like real pretty, beautiful shit. They even bring in like orchestra and shit to kind of emphasize everything, but a lot of clean tones. Like, you guys at home ain't gonna be able to hear this. I apologize because that sucks.
Just look it up.
Yeah.
Just mention.
I think I spelled it wrong too. There we go.
What are you playing now? Or what are you about to play?
What should I play? Animal, did you have anything that you liked?
Yes.
Is it to the point like Gojira?
It's almost like Gojira in a certain sense. They're a little, as crazy as it seems, they're a little bit more experimental than Gojira.
Hook them up with that disequilibrated.
That's what you want to start with?
I do, because vocals.
Disequilibrated.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude, that dude's fucking on point, man.
Yeah, dude, he is.
He's got a pretty fucking intense fucking scream. But the guitar tones are fucking awesome to me. The whole concept of the album is really cool. Let me turn that down.
Yeah, you guys are going to have some dead air here, but we don't feel like getting sued.
One day I'm going to figure out how to like record this shit to where it can go in stereo. I'll cut out this shit.
Okay.
It kind of seemed like I was going with it.
Yeah.
Down,
yeah.
down.
Like somebody dropped something in the ocean.
Yeah.
I'm going to find the name of that documentary, too. Because he's just, like, it shows him in the studio. They weren't going to have any fucking vocals at all. Because he had heard his voice, and the dude's like, fuck it, we'll just make an instrumental. So that's, like, where the idea came in. And then he came in, and he's going to do just vocals for the last, because his voice got better and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was like, it's so good, you just got to put it on everything. So I got the CD, and it comes with the instrumental version and, like, with the vocals.
That's cool.
So it's pretty cool.
I'm going to have to visit this. I like it.
I love that.
Man, it's like that's like Mudvayne type shit right there.
Yeah. Just everything is fucking clear
wow,
about it.
That's like Mastodon.
Yeah. Yeah. There's this one song that's straight up fucking like a Mastodon thing. But let me get and see if I can.
Man, this is like...
And then he gets in like those intense vocals too.
My thing is Sublime? When they... No. Like when he started singing, the way the music was, there's like a 90s band that kind of
crazy, right?
Huh?
I don't know. But yeah, I mean that's just like the first part. But yeah, I don't know, man.
Let's check that out.
Yeah.
Like I said, the guitar tone's just fucking crisp. It's clean. The vocals sit in the mix so well. The way they fill out the sound is just, it's awesome. Like I really feel like I said, it really captures what the band does, like every aspect. Like I said, even with that CKY, that's just captures who they are.
Yep. There's no negative space. There's not anything for you to guess. Like it fills. Mm-hmm. If I guess that makes sense. I don't know. Just kind of feel. It's hard to explain the sound thing. You know what I mean? Because it hits you in a way. We talked about disequilibrium. I feel like an idiot.
I can't even say
disequilibrated.
Equilibrated.
Let Them Believe.
Dude, I love that song. That's like a 9-minute song.
Yeah, it is, dude.
That's a song. Yeah.
I had written in here that I thought you would find interesting. It's Etid versus Mudvayne versus Dream Theater.
What's that?
That's what I think of when I listen to this album.
Like a mixture of the bands put together.
It was a more interesting Dream Theater, and I like Dream Theater, as you know. I love me some prog rock.
Yeah, you do.
But this really, it just picked up the pace, and with the whole Mastodon thing too, I didn't even hear that until you mentioned that. Like, wow, holy shit!
I think they're on Mastodon's actually in like one of their like little behind the scenes documentary things.
Nice.
Not necessarily for this album, but I think it's got Brent in one of them. Just talking.
Man, I miss Mastodon. I miss old Mastodon. I'm gonna say it. I'm not a fan of the new stuff at all.
I don't think I listened to like the newest one.
That Emperor of Sand.
Yeah,
I gotta check it out because I didn't listen to the one before that at all either.
But dude, man, fucking Crack the Sky. Mm-hmm. That album's amazing.
Such a beautiful album.
Did you hear their cover of Stairway to Heaven?
I did.
I did after you.
That was beautiful.
It was
I thought Brian did fucking awesome,
dude. He nailed it.
I think that's what carries the song.
Yep.
Not that that's either here nor there.
Mm-hmm. And now they did it as a tribute for someone in their camp, basically, that had passed away, I read.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, they played it at the person's funeral.
Yeah.
And supposedly there's a video of it out there.
Huh.
Well, no, I'm sorry.
There's a live recording
I read,
audio.
Yeah, I didn't know if it was a video or audio.
I just hadn't found
read it. It was recorded.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they put together a legitimately
That's
recorded
good.
one.
Man, I hope somebody just didn't do that to do it. You know what I mean? Like if they're recording it, what if they said, "Hey, I don't want this out there. This is for our friend." You know, like I remember Randy Blythe got pissed off when he was doing one of the eulogies for Brocky, and he said he was up there giving his little speech, and some guy was up there like giving him like the metal sign, and he's like, "Man, fuck you." So it's like, no, he didn't say that.
There's a time to do that.
Exactly.
There's a time to be respectful.
Oh, Brocky. Oh, R.I.P. Brocky.
Here we go again with the Brocky.
Oh, I love me
It's
some Brocky. It is. It's such a shame. Such a shame. I'm sorry. We're going to have to do a whole Guar thing. I'm sorry. It's coming. It's fucking coming.
It's coming.
It's coming.
Your feet, they stink, they never take a bath.
It's so cool. Yeah, I went off on a rant in the last episode. I apologize. I'm going to jump in.
Yes, please do.
I'm going to jump in because I knew I would lose you guys with the whole punky stuff. Oh, punky. One of the better sounding metal albums for me, March 22nd, 1994. Far Beyond Driven.
Oh.
That was pretty.
It's pretty. It's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool. I thought that they were on Elektra for this. They were actually on East West Records back in the day.
East West Records?
Yeah,
I thought
never
it was
even heard of
Atco
it.
or something.
Atco was old school Pantera, I think, before Cowboys.
Touche.
And then I think Elektra bought the rights out eventually, but this was originally released on East West Records.
Can we throw power metal in this list?
Throw it right in the garbage, man. Fastest selling Pantera album ever, which we knew, we figured. We asked any.
Talked about it.
Yeah. This also was the first time Daryl was credited as being Dimebag.
Yes, crazy, ain't it?
Yeah, it is. Took not 3, but 5 albums. But we don't talk about those other ones. You know, as Pantera fans, you don't really talk about anything before Cowboys. We can talk about Exhorder though.
What about Exhorder?
About how Pantera supposedly ripped off their sound and stuff and all that bullshit.
I hear all
What's that
this
dude's
shit.
name? The singer?
Terry something.
I took a listen.
Yeah. Pretty similar? Yeah, interesting. Well, you grow up in that era, man, and you're going to like what you like. That's the thing about Dime. Is I read an interesting article once that one of the dudes in Helmet was on the bus with Dime, and Dime played an opening riff that he was going to use.
From?
Huh?
I feel like I heard this before.
Maybe I said it before off, but either way, he played it, and the guy was like, "No, that sounds like our da-na-na, da-na-na, da-na-na."
Are you doing Sports Center?
Yep. You know what I'm talking about?
Which one?
The main helmet one that was on Guitar Hero.
You're talking, yes, Unsung.
Unsung was similar to a song off of Vulgar. Da-na-na, to Rise. It was Rise. Da-na-na, da-na-na, da-na-na. Yeah.
I can see the rhythm, but
it's the rhythm. It's exactly what it is.
The chord fucking.
It's not the same thing.
I've never thought it sounded like that.
And the guy like legit said, "You're straight ripping me off." And Time was like, "No, man, it's the riff, man. It's how I'm doing it." And that's what I loved about it.
That rhythm is fucking like spot on though.
Mm-hmm. Love Helmet. I fucking. You like Helmet?
That's
Ivan?
a badass song.
I'd probably have to revisit.
It's good stuff. Good stuff.
Man, that fucked me up.
Yeah. Good Friends and A Bottle of Pills. Unique song on that album. I think that showcases the clarity of that.
You know, all right. Hold on. Since we went through all this shit before, why are you picking this album now when you should have been picking fucking Trendkill?
I was in a different mood that day.
Oh, fuck you. You're the one that fucked up the whole goddamn list.
Yeah. I did purposely. I threw a wrench in there.
You're a piece of shit.
You got to have a protagonist and an antagonist.
I
and
think
also
a child just died.
Yeah.
Unless that flashlight just...
You don't hear no crying, so it's all good.
That's true. Well, or you hear nothing.
We heard some rumbling upstairs.
Yeah.
Kind of got scared.
Jake, I need you to confirm on this. I read online that for Good Friends and A Bottle of Pills was the first time that the band ever tuned as low as they did on that song.
It depends on what the tuning is.
This is what it is.
He's giving me his notes.
Is that C sharp?
C sharp?
Yeah.
C sharp standard?
That's what it said.
To be honest, I've played songs on... God, it was A New Level and Walk. I played them on C sharp standard. I've seen a lot of people do just the drop D like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I like to do the C sharp standard if you want to get technical.
So are you telling me that I read something online that's not true?
I would say, yeah, if you're asking for my professional opinion, give or take professional, I would say no, they're lying.
Could be. False.
It's definitely... A New Level and Walk is definitely tuned down on that album. Now, if it's just drop D, hey, tomatoes, motherfucker, I don't know.
Terry Date. Ted Jensen mastering, and the band was credited with the arrangement.
Well, I would hope so. They fucking wrote it, right?
Me, I think so. I'm going to segue.
Are there any bands that don't choose the arrangement?
Country music? They're like, God damn it, Dolly.
Man, you throw that thing any way you want. I don't care. I need a beer.
I was listening to Dolly Parton the other day.
No disrespect to people down south. It's just fun to do your accent. It's awesome.
It is. It's true.
I like it.
It is fun.
You guys like Dolly Parton?
Jolene.
Yeah.
Dude, every time I try thinking of that song, I get it completely wrong. I go, okay, let me see if you can pick out what song this is. Jolene.
Eileen. It's Eileen. Wait, no.
That sounds familiar.
I was trying
okay, I gotcha.
Because I can't think of how the melody of Jolene goes. Do Jolene. And you're going to fuck it up because I put that song in your head now.
Jolene.
Now it's just going to be us trying to sing the song.
Yeah.
Please don't take my man. I can't remember the words. I'm sorry.
She got that song because she met someone named Jolene. She's like, that's a pretty name. I'm going to put that. I'm writing a song.
I really am doing that fucking song you sang. God damn it.
Yep.
See?
I'll get it out of your head. Are you ready?
Don't you do it.
I'm going to do it.
Don't do it.
Sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows.
You seen this earlier. Me and Robin got it stuck in our head.
You know, now that we're kind of on the Pantera thing, I want to segue into one of the...
All right, no, you can't just jump. What are you going to segue into? Because I got to come back to something.
You can do it now. I was just going to say one of the worst sounding metal albums that I've heard.
Okay, but tell me why you pick Far Beyond over Trendkill.
Because we're not talking about what sounds better to feed my thrashy need. I'm talking about from a quality standpoint of view. Clarity. I'm not talking about getting my dick hard. You know what I mean? Because this was some straight thrash. Because when you're in the fucking mood, at least when I'm in the mood for some straight thrash, I'm not caring about, that's, like if you're in the mood, you're in the mood.
All right, I'll let it slide.
Gotta let it slide. You gotta slide it right in them cheeks.
Why don't you?
When I want something fucking sexy, Ivan, really gets me, going. Use Once and Destroy or Pure or Lethal Dose of American Hatred.
Yeah.
When you want something that you know what I'm, as a fellow Superjoint fan, you know what I'm talking about. When you want something that cuts.
Well, I didn't even think about putting them on this list because that's a hard one because the quality of the recording I don't think is there, but it's still good.
You can say it's shit.
It's still good.
It's garbage. I want you, sir, to look up the Illegals walkthrough exits only.
Oh God.
And
I was gonna listen to this earlier and then I didn't.
I need you guys to understand how bad this sounds.
What's the name of it?
Walkthrough Exits Only is the name of the album. Whatever song you can pull up.
Did he rip off the cover for Crowbar?
Looks like it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like with Kirk?
Yeah. It's not as bad as I thought. Nah, I don't know if it's awesome, but it sounds better than I remember Superjoint sounding.
Really?
Does that make sense to you?
Nope. Nope. To me, it was just that little clip that we had just heard.
It might just be muddy, if anything.
It's muddy. I don't like it.
But it's still not as bad as fucking Superjoint to me.
Oh,
I mean, granted, I'm not in it as much
this
as you
motherfucker.
I'm not in it as much. He even said it wasn't the greatest. See? Yeah, all right. Okay. All right.
Turn on.
That's actually not that bad.
Wait for the turning point.
No, we're not talking about turning point. Track 5 off of Lethal Dose was.
Is it off of Use Once and Destroy, or is it something else?
No, it's it's off of Lethal Dose of American Hatred.
Oop.
I want the 5th track. See that when the thing is, guys,
track?
when you come at JD with a point, you have to be all over it. Yeah. Because he's gonna eat you alive. And I want you to listen to the track Personal Insult.
See, the drums sound like they're in the distance.
But they're clear.
Way
Way better than what you just heard.
Fair enough. I don't know. I can't confirm nor deny this shit. I don't have enough experience.
It was late for the vocals, the kitchen, but my point is this is more clear.
But this sounds like it sounds hollow to me. There's something missing in the middle. Maybe it's the mids. That would make sense to me. How dare you? Personal insult.
We'll just try and get you through the chorus. That's all I'm trying to do.
Damn, that Slipknot has 23 million views. Fuck.
JD, that's tasty.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't paying attention.
My point is that for such a druggy band that Superjoint was so... It was a different type of clear. I'm not going to say that that's the most pristine quality I've heard, but it's better than what the Illegals sounded like.
It just sounds like it wasn't mixed or mastered. It just sounds like they recorded it and gave it to you.
Yeah. Makes sense.
I know how you're against mastering and shit.
Me?
Yeah.
I get that way sometimes. It depends on the product.
Fair
you
enough.
know, I don't want to hear... When you want to hear Superjoint was that perfect blend of hardcore and thrash and metal.
You know what's got a good sound to me, too?
Who's that?
I talk about them all the time, but the Elite album sounds fucking awesome to me.
It does. It's clear.
The guitar tone is like... I don't even know how I would describe it, but it's nice and thick. Thick.
Now, who produced that?
I think that's all Rob.
Was it Rob?
Yeah, that's him.
Wow.
And then the drums sound fucking nice to me. The way the vocals all sit in the mix, everything is fucking on point. I think it sounds better than the Chimera albums. If I'm being completely honest with you. Yes.
Wow.
Well, it's probably because
not that
he was doing it himself, so he could do it however long. He'd be like, you know what? If it's not out this year, it's not out this year. Let's just do this.
It's been sitting.
When you're signed, they're like, we want this day, and then you're like, fuck, you know what? It's not how we want it. Just throw it out there.
Yeah, because I don't think any Chimera sounds bad.
No,
but I think this one has more life to it.
Dynamics.
Yep.
Yes.
See, there's that thing though. You look at Impossibility, and what did Rob tell us? What they were going through at that time, what they were being pushed for. That was a negative fucking album.
God damn it, that's right in the album. We're not talking about writing the album. We're talking about the goddamn fucking production.
But I don't know. That's hard. That's a hard one. That is a good point.
They always had like this solid fucking tone too.
Yeah.
So like,
damn.
When's next Chimera Christmas?
Please. Please.
Because I was gonna say, because we could talk about bands that we love, and we could even say like which ones we thought suck, which ones, if there's any down albums in any of those fucking.
Hey, you know
I guess discography, you know.
Yeah.
Because I don't think Machine Head has a bad sounding album.
No.
They always have like a bajillion tracks though.
Yeah.
Because I would say, if I was to nitpick on Chimera a little bit, I'd say the only one I don't probably like is Pass Out of Existence as far as tone goes.
I'm not surprised by that statement from you.
Yeah. Oh, you looked
disdainfully
at
me. Jesus.
I'm not surprised at that at all.
I'm not.
I expect that from your kind. As he sips his coffee.
It's delicious. It's cold.
Explain to me why I keep you around.
You know what?
That's
I
how
don't
he
get?
looked at me.
I have quibs.
I don't get cold coffee.
You don't get cold coffee?
I don't get cold coffee.
No?
No.
You don't. Wait, you don't.
You
like
don't order it, or you?
No, I don't. Like I don't understand.
I gotcha.
I don't understand.
Oh, like iced coffee?
Yes, because
man.
the just
it's got a different bite. Now, I drink my coffee like my soul, 100% black, no creamer, no nothing, whatever.
You drink your soul.
I drink my soul. Yeah, dead by dawn. I like iced coffee, black iced, like strong. Like I can see sounds when I drink it. But I don't get dessert coffee by any means. They're opening up a Gloria Jeans by my house.
I don't know what that is.
It's like a dessert cook. Like they have it at the mall.
You know, I'll give this. I do like foo-foo coffee.
What's foo-foo coffee?
You know,
Macchiatos.
like
cappuccinos.
fancy.
Oh,
You know, let me add some stuff to make it taste good.
Gotcha.
If it tastes good, it's awesome. You know, but if it tastes like a normal coffee, but it's cold,
yeah.
eh.
I don't know. I can sip on coffee all
I'll
day.
throw coffee grounds in my mouth and drink some cold water.
I hear you. We make our own not iced coffee, but cold coffee.
If it's a plain coffee, it's got to be warm to me.
I gotcha. I had to give up coffee
Off topic.
2 weeks ago because I was sick.
You want to call Dave Elfson and discuss this?
Yeah. What's up, Dave? What's up, man?
How do you feel about cold coffee, Dave?
Well, I don't know. Did you buy my product?
You better, you piece of shit.
Didn't.
Don't make us liars.
I know, right?
So shitty albums. You were gonna get into that.
Shitty albums. So we talked about Philip H. and Some on the Illegals, Walk Through Exits Only. I didn't like the way that one sounded, but their follow-up album, and of course I didn't write it down, but their follow-up album sounded much better. I had another punk album, but you guys aren't going to give a shit about that. Let's talk about you, JD. You talked about Cane Hill, Too Far Gone.
First thing I gotta say is the drums, man.
Yeah.
I keep on meaning to revisit them.
They sound just on point to me, and everything builds around that.
It's true. See, the thing is when I heard this, I was like, this is going to be mass-produced radio garbage.
But did you check out who produced it?
No.
All
That
right.
was your job.
I told you to fucking look at it.
Oh, you did this morning. I take it back. Yes, you did. I'm sorry.
Who's got the information? Me, motherfucker.
You do. You passed it to me.
Because this dude, I never heard of the guy before, but let me see. Let me bring it up. I think what did I say his name was? Derek.
I'm pulling it up here. Fucking Rocky's tight.
Something Folk. I think it's Derek Folk. Maybe Dave. Something with a D. Drew. I was way off.
Samsonite.
This dude worked with Bullet for My Valentine, Motionless in White.
I like them.
He's even done a country artist named Chris Lane.
Oh, wait. This is a producer?
Yeah, this is the dude that produced that Cane Hill.
So somebody from country produced.
Yes, he did something with them. But he's done Motionless in White for a few things. He did Fear Factory, Genexus. He was the vocal producer.
Ugh. That was terrible. Talk about bands that you love. That album was not good. Did you listen to it, Ivan?
Well, I missed what band it was.
Fear Factory.
Oh, what did he do for Fear Factory?
He did. He produced the vocals.
For which album?
Genexus
Yeah.
was their last one.
Honestly, I have probably listened to that a little bit
Mm-hmm.
and not the whole thing.
I haven't either. But it's crazy to think that this dude was just working with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and have
So
your
you
own
got-
vocal coach.
Yeah, because there's I Prevail on here. I'd never listened to them, but I heard of them. Amir's on here. Miss May I.
Ooh, it was a
Dude.
mirror.
What happened to Miss May I? Are they still a thing?
They were. They were just on a big support tour for some band.
Did Bad Wolves. He helped write Remember When.
Oh. So he's kind of like the new age Logan Mader, essentially.
It seems like it.
Yeah.
As I Lay Dying, that My Own Grave he produced. Chelsea Grin's on here. Fit for a King. Beartooth that we were just talking about, that we talked to. There's a writer on You Never Know and Believe. Ice Nine Kills is on here.
They're huge too.
Yeah. So
he's in the mix, man.
Yes.
I'm surprised. Yeah, then that's all over the place. Fear Factory, fucking A Mirror, Beartooth. So you got the commercial
sound. Who do you do in country?
Chris Lane.
Let's see. Chris Lane. It says he worked with artists such as Bullet for My Valentine, blah blah blah, and Chris Lane.
I never liked Bullet for My Valentine. It's never grabbed me.
I don't care either.
I will say this. I think for me it's the vocals, because a track came on. I can't recall what track it was. I was like, damn, who the fuck is this?
Yeah, the music kind of
music's good.
Yeah, and then you start singing. I was like, oh, I remember who this is.
Scream Aim Fire. You know that song?
Scream Aim and Fire.
Not that, but Scream.
I had to keep playing it on Guitar Hero. I was like, God damn it. God damn it.
They one of the last times I saw a Zombie in a club show, it was Bullet for My Valentine and Lacuna Coil. And Bullet for My Valentine didn't want to play the Chicago show because they were getting so much shit at the other dates where they knew Chicago would eat them alive, so they dropped off of that show.
Wow.
Then I peed next to the main guy from Lacuna Coil.
The main guy?
The main guy. It wasn't Christina. She wasn't in no urinal.
You're talking about the singer, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Destiny, that guy, Andreo, or
I don't know.
He was cool. Like he even I was like, "Hey man, what's up?" You know, after he's done peeing.
Did you shake his hand?
No, I didn't shake his hand. I said everybody got to go to that shook dicks. Didn't do that. That trailer from 3 from Hell came out today. Did you guys see that?
I did not see it.
I didn't watch it yet either.
No, of course not.
Of course not. What do you mean?
I'm never like in the loop of things.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say you didn't want to see it.
That's what I thought you were going to.
Yeah. See? Look at that. We can pick up on that from this guy.
I could be shitty too, man.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be the asshole of the group.
Digging the shirt. I just realized the shirt.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it's the first thing I
JCVD,
commented.
Bloodsport. Thank you.
I was really excited. He's wearing that shirt and his son's wearing a Pokemon shirt. Oh, man, that Pokemon movie was good.
Detective Pikachu?
Yes.
I wanted to see it.
Oh, it's good. Psyduck. I love Psyduck. That's me.
Psyduck?
Yeah.
I'm more of a Cubone guy. I like
yeah?
Yeah, I like Cubone.
Can I say something about the movie? That's not a major plot point, but one of the...
Sure.
Okay.
If it ain't going to spoil anything.
So, did you...
Chrissy told me who died?
Oh, man. I was going to apologize to you.
Oh, my God.
I'm so sorry about that.
She
knows not what she does.
What happened?
Don't repeat it.
She doesn't know how to talk about things.
Oh, man.
What did
she just
give
assumes
up?
She spoiled Endgame. For a couple people. Yeah, she did it for somebody else, too. I can't remember.
I'm so sorry, Ivan.
Oh, she did it to Tanya. She was in the car. That's what it was. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
I was so angry.
I would be too.
I was like, you better go now because the 9mm's fast.
If you've avoided all the memes successfully, and for someone to give it up like that,
thank you, Spider-Man, for giving a heads up on the beginning of that trailer, because the actor, I can't recall,
Tom Holland.
he said, if you haven't seen Endgame, don't watch this yet. So I was like, okay, thank you.
You know why they did that? Is because he gave away the plot points to Infinity War, so Marvel made him do that.
He does. He gives away a lot of spoilers.
So I was like, oh,
you need to
because like
that.
she mentioned Zach. She's like, Zach, didn't even cry. I was like, oh. She's like, I know, right? I was like, no, that's not what I'm talking about.
See, I was. See, man, that's what we need. You need to watch that so we can talk about.
I mean,
I tell her all the time.
In a sense,
it's
it's my fault. It's been out a while.
Yeah, but you're a single working dad.
Exactly.
You can't be expected.
I can't get out there. I can't.
Damn.
3 hours is a long time.
It is a long time to hold that pee.
Did I tell you guys my? Oh, I take it. I did tell you the Thor story.
Yes.
God.
Yeah, we need to get into that MCU. That'd be good. That'd be a nice 8 hour.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
I want to do that.
That'd be sweet.
So, what else you got for production?
For production,
a bunch of assholes.
You need to start putting marks.
Yep.
On there.
I was thinking
believe
about
it's
it.
M. The shortcut's M. So you know where to go. Like, okay, I marked this for a reason. Oh, because we got all track right here.
I remember. I could imagine Jake sitting down there. He still. I'm sure you listened to our bullshitting.
I listened to
too.
it before I cut it.
Yeah.
And then yeah.
Like, just imagine Jake there. This guy's like, like that laugh, like that satisfied Jake laugh. You know. I was gonna make a joke earlier about Machine Head, where you were like, I don't think they've ever had a bad sounding album. When I was like, oh yeah, did you hear the last one?
But even that's not production-wise.
I will say this, because I thought about putting it on there, but they don't ever put out a bad sounding album.
See? Because I don't give a shit about fucking Burning Red. Too much burn, man.
There is a lot of burning.
Gotta cut that shit out. Burning Red and Supercharged.
Yeah.
I
like those.
That's a badass
I like
fucking song, though.
Yeah, it is.
I like every time they play a song from there. It's fucking hard.
Can we talk about the new stuff that's that's the old new stuff, the new old stuff? All these YouTube videos are really getting my nipples hard, man.
Oh, dude. You're talking about machines. Yeah. Okay. Dude, man. It's awesome.
I'm excited.
I'm glad they're doing something to get my mind off of catharsis.
Yes. Sounds good, man. The Rage to Overcome, Contos, just watching him play that. So clean.
Good shit.
Yeah.
Good shit.
Such a good album.
It's awesome.
So good. I'm so excited. I'm not impressed that I heard that they're gonna re-record it. I don't know if it's confirmed or not.
Oh, really?
I don't want to re-record.
Seems like they're pretty much doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't need that. Leave it alone. Come out and play the album from front to back. It's time to dance, boys. That is gonna be one hell of a show. Once it comes to the US.
Okay, last time I heard the tour was across the pond.
Yeah, it is.
Europe.
But are they doing it here?
Not been confirmed yet. The rumor is fall.
Because I hope so.
Oh,
I really, really need to get my mind off catharsis.
Yep. That last show that we saw them at, they sounded good. They played good.
Yeah, even, like I said before, like even though I give... Is it catharsis? Why am I thinking I'm saying something off?
So, yeah.
Okay. Even though I gave it shit, I still bang my head when they play the songs.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy, like how much power it has live.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It does.
But I'm just banging my head because I like the music.
Mm-hmm.
The lyrics is another thing.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yep. I don't have anything else. Those are my main ones. I thought we were just gonna kind of bounce.
I got one that's awfully great.
What's that?
If you understand what I'm saying by that, it's like the recording. If it was any other band, probably would have been like, oh, the recording's garbage.
Yeah.
But I think it's awesome. Here, let me see if I could.
You talking the original?
The original one, huh?
Yeah, the original.
Yeah.
Dude, when you brought up new wave of heavy metal, I was gonna mention that. I was like, are you specifically saying this album?
100% I am. It's not Crystal, but it's got something to it. Most specifically, the only way that I can say what my brain is trying to come out with is if you listen to 11th Hour.
That's a ripping fucking album.
It is a ripping album, but the way that tone is.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
I love that song.
It's such a good album from front to back, man.
I meant to just scroll.
Lamb of God as the palaces burn.
Yep.
Interesting. Interesting, because I think my favorite Lamb of God is Wrath.
Really?
Yes.
That's a good one. I'm one of those guys that could put a CD, and yes, I said CD, in, and I could leave it in there for a month, like whatever I'm listening to. Like I got In Waves have been playing in my truck for probably 2 months straight now. But granted, I'm only minutes away from work. And but even though when I'm picking up my daughter or whatever, I've had it in there for months. That's one of them I had left for months in my truck.
Yeah. What you got to say about that?
It's fucking Crystal, man. And I'll tell you, that beginning track leading into the first one, oh man,
epic.
Talk about getting fucking excited, man. That's good stuff. You don't really hear about Wrath too much. People don't bring that one up.
I don't know why.
I don't either.
I wonder what's up with that.
2009, man. It was right after I got married. I remember I was listening to that album in the gym a lot. I was like, man, this is
I remember talking to you about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's 2009. We had The Infection. We had Wrath. We had Alice in Chains. Had God, what's the one I'm thinking of? It was just on the top of my head. Crack the Sky. It's a hell of a fucking year.
It is, man.
Might have to do a year in review.
Shout out to Jackie, R.I.P. When we saw Chimera and Killswitch, Chimera opened up with the Venom Inside, and I remember the whole pit was open and she had to take a piss. She's like, I'm not losing my seat. Oh, I love set lists, man. It's
dude, you could I could go to the show and you asked me right after, what did they play? But then again, I'm not a name guy.
I gotcha.
For names,
Crazy thing is, too, usually they open up with that opening track off the album.
Yep.
If they got a new album.
Yep. I just remember we were in the seats and Jackie's like, I'm going to go pee. She's going through the pit. And I'm like, no, girl, go the other way. Hey, girl, hey, go that way. Went White through there. All opened up. The floor was ready, man, for people to dance. Just squats, takes a hot, steamy piss right in the middle, right before it kicks in. That is Jackie. Yep.
That's funny.
That was Jackie.
That's funny.
God, dude, like you're taking me there. Like not just the piss part, but I picture that song just going and hitting, man. Oh, I need that in my life. I need it. That's the only one they played off the Infection at the Camaro 15.
Yeah.
Camaro Christmas. Ugh.
We need another one, but we need a Chimera Christmas in July.
There you go. Yeah.
In Chicago,
we need a
in Chicago. Yeah. Man, dude, I've seen so many, like all the different incarnations of Chimera. Like after the big main split, I remember seeing them with Soylent Green. It was terrible. It was bad. There was no.
Basically just Mark Hunter.
Yeah, the Mark Hunter experience.
Mark Hunter presents Chimera.
Kind of makes me sad.
Yeah.
It does, man.
Yep.
Hits me right in the feels.
Remember Oasis 160, the
Dude,
Impossibility?
every time he
He had his dreads then, man.
Mm-hmm.
I remember he was like, they call me the Metal Moses, and he split that shit.
Yep.
Every time you say Oasis, I think of the fucking band. And then I hear you say 160.
Nice. I've been listening to What's the Story, Morning Glory a lot.
What's the story, Morning Glory?
It's a good album.
Yeah.
Oasis has a shitty fucking sound.
Are you just saying that to kind of justify bringing them up?
Yeah, I guess. They never sounded clear. They sounded like British garbage.
I mean, that's just the way that guy talks. You can't understand what he's saying.
The
I don't know
quality,
what you
too.
no, I don't know.
Well, if you think about it, British tone does kind of suck.
It's because of the teeth.
We love
Maybe.
you guys across the
I'll
pond.
have to check it out.
Me too. Yeah. It's just telling you, it sounds like it's 30 years ago instead of 20.
Oh, yeah. You want to go with that argument? Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
I do. Because we're old as shit. That's what happens.
I feel like I was going to say one more album. I can't remember what it was.
He's going to go to bed tonight like, God damn it!
Yeah.
He's like, I'm going to go record that right now. And just
Faux
throw
show.
Put a mark right here. I'll be right there.
Put a mark. I guess.
Is it M?
Yeah.
Sweet.
What's the story, Morning Glory? Yeah. So now that he's gone, that piece of shit, with his punk opinions. Wonder if he had to take a shit.
Probably.
He left really quickly. We
Yeah.
know what happens when he does that.
Every time he leaves abruptly like that. I mean, he does drink the coffee black as his soul.
Black as a
Dude, like, coffee doesn't make me have to take a shit like it does a lot of people. It makes me piss. And then when I piss, my piss smells like coffee when I drink a lot of coffee, dude. It's like pure coffee. I'm like, oh, Lord.
Oh, Lord.
We're going to have to wrap it up here in a few. She's losing it.
I could tell.
Yeah. She lost it before you even came home. You can put that on the podcast.
Yeah. We got to go.
No.
All right. Proceed, sir.
What else?
Wrap it up, bitch.
How can we wrap this up? I was trying to think of other things. How are we going to do this? We're going to split it, you think?
What do you mean?
Can we split this? How long has this been?
123.
Damn, that's about average for us. I guess it's just about finding if we can find that break point where you can flip it.
What do you mean?
Like about 40 minutes in, we kind of start trailing and then we jump back in for a part 2. That's if there's a clean
Are you
break.
talking about this is going to be 2 parts, or
Yeah.
are we going to record another part 2?
Well, I guess he wants to do 2 parts.
Unless you think that we could fill up another hour and a half of this.
I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Because, if it's all here, we don't have to break it into
You
2.
want to do like a little edit voice track of saying this is part 2?
We could, unless you want to do it.
See,
as
my
one.
thing is there's no good mid part.
That's
I was
true.
thinking that.
Yeah.
Just leave
It's
this as a
just-
one whole thing.
Okay.
And just edit out the talks about part 2.
Yeah.
2 parts. 2-parter.
Oh.
Because I don't want to feed off information and be like, yo, we're going to do this
Right.
2
Oh, we've
parts.
already fucked that
and
up.
then yeah, because we've done that quite a bit. Like, we're going to do this.
Yeah.
and that never gets brought.
Yeah, that's what happens. No one's asked for it.
Who's out there listening?
Hey, in my defense, I said it could be too.
That's true, and I took it and ran with it. You don't tell things to animals.
What are you talking about?
Because I told him, I was like, depending on how we wanted to do it, we could talk about a lot of shit. We could talk about decades. We could talk about producers. We could talk like bands ourselves.
Could get way deep.
I was trying to look for some rap that was badly produced, but
yeah, we would have to.
To me, this is what I was trying to say earlier. Like to me, like even if it was produced badly, like it doesn't affect me because does the music connect? If the like if it's recorded badly, not recorded badly, because if it's recorded badly, the whole thing's shit. But if it's produced badly, if I still feel the music, then it's still my mind is going to surpass that. Music.
That's beautifully spoken. You know.
Thank you.
I agree. I don't think there's anything I could have said that would have been better than that.
Can't sum it up any better.
No, 100%.
100%.
Doesn't matter.
Is that a closer?
I think that's the closer. I think we got our closer. That's perfect because it's true. Who gives a fuck? Oh, this one was.
Because like I said, that Lamb of God, the early Lamb of God recordings, like to me, it's pretty much what I just said.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of crazy because it's brash. I don't know why I want to say the word brash. But it sounds right to me. Yeah. It's real aggressive sounding.
It's raw.
Yeah, and it fits. Mm-hmm. Like I don't think it sounds bad.
No. I don't think it sounds bad either. But if you put it side by side with something that's polished,
yes,
you can see like okay, that's kind of rough around the edges,
right?
But it's hard. I didn't mean to say that like that.
You did. Yeah. You fucking did.
I did not mean to say it like that. Yeah. Man, it rips.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's what I'm sticking to it, man.
All right. Close us out, buddy.
Close us out, man. Thanks for checking us out. You can check us on Wasted Attention on our Facebook page, Instagram, which we don't really fucking do jack shit. Thanks a lot, Red, for nothing. We also have wastedattention.com, where if you're interested and you want to waste some time, I wrote a interesting piece article last week. I don't know if you guys have seen it.
Oh, I did.
Did you read it?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
It's cool.
It was weird.
Yeah, check it out.
I did a comparison of what birds are metal or animals are metal. I tried to say, hey, this type of animal is this type of metal. I subcategorized species.
Did you put a cockatoo in there?
I put a toucan. Right? Oh, R.A.P. Scooter, man. Brandon, get this bird off me.
Here's a cockatiel, though. No, that one was Dude.
That was Dude?
Yeah.
Okay.
Scooter was the one before that one.
Oh, man, that was a badass bird, man.
Yeah, Scooter. R.A.P. That bird used to headbang.
Fuck
awesome.
Yes.
But cockatoos also headbang. There's that one that meme, like when you try to show your non-metal friends metal, they show the parrots just like the fuck, and then the camera kind of side pans off to the cockatoo, and he's like,
it's fantastic. So check it out on the wastedattention.com page. We try and update, but we also don't try and flood your feeds with a bunch of stupid bullshit that you've seen in other places. So, thanks for the listen.
Like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell.
Yes, please do. Take care, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.